Hey, survivalists! Let's talk about securing your base today a little bit. We think about keeping the stuff out of your base, causing it trouble. First of all, people generally think of a nice big wall. So as you can see here, I've got a big wall going around most of my place, and that's the first line of defense. And then if you have some good predators around, like some T-Rexes, of course, you might be thinking, well, nothing's going to get in my yard and survive, and that's probably true. But if you're like me, it gets kind of sickening to have all your stuff messed up all the time. You put things in a certain order, or maybe you're working around and you got parasaurs and turtles and everything else bothering you. We see right over there pteranodons trying to get in. So what a lot of people will do is they'll just build a whole big shed. And that's cool. I mean, I've seen some really nice structures where people put their dinos in. But I don't know about you. I kind of like showing off my dinos a little bit, showcasing them, getting them in order, putting them in position. Then what you got to do is have them on passive, or something will come in the yard and cause a fight, and they'll all bunch up in a little ball. So how do I get around this? Well, I use plant species X a lot, and that's what I'd like to talk to you about today a little bit. As you can see, the sky is open on mine. I don't even have all four sides surrounded by fence. This back end here has no fence right now. I do have the other sides. I can show you my tower here, and it's very rare my animals even get disturbed anymore. Let's go up here. As I say that, I see that my griffin and my Techerex is over there were disturbed by something. So it looks like we could probably use another plant species X over there. That is an area of my yard that I do not have one. And you can see the result. So there's an example of what I'm talking about. You can see the three critters down there. They were on the platform or on the land there. Now they've all been disturbed and they're all out over the lake. Probably some turtle or something messed things up. So to really solve this for me is to have a lot of these plant species X around. Now, this is my turret for like flying creatures that come in, plus it looks cool. That's the other nice thing about these plant species X. They look nice too. So any Pteranodon or I'm on Fjorder, so right up there is with the main spawn of griffins. They like to come down, Argentavis, all kinds of things like to land in your yard or even spawn in it. So you can either have stuff running around killing it, manually messing up your order of things, or you can have a bunch of these plants doing the work for you. Now, a couple things on the plants that we need to cover as far as making these effective is how to set them up. So let's go over here, take a look at these two, for example. So what I have here is some foundations, and I set the planters on there to make it look nice. I've got water. You're going to need an intake and then a tap, and that tap will do the whole kind of right nearby area. Now I have some flexible piping going up the hill. Let's follow that up, because up here I have a couple more. These are piped in from down there. Notice here I have no foundations because I want these trees to be able to grow back. I want to be able to harvest those, and I like the look of some forest. So I just put, anytime you put a foundation, you're gonna suppress the growth in the area. Let's go over here, and we see, check on something here. Yeah, that's nice. So over here, I did not want to suppress this woods. So I just put these up because the ground is so crooked, I didn't want them to look goofy and slanted, so I put them on a couple pillars. And according to the wiki, pillars do not suppress the growth or respawn of trees and rocks, and that seems to be happening here. They seem to be growing back, so that's good. So that's what I did there. Again, you need to pipe water up to them. Got some more. Now look at here, just what I was talking about. Something was coming in here and they shot it down. So we see here, we've got a couple here just on the ground because, again, I don't want to suppress my woods over here. And the piping is coming up from down here. Now, a couple considerations on here. Also, I have some out on my platform, as you see along the edge there, and along the edge there, and back there. And they will take out mantas, megalodons, anything coming around your platform too close you don't want there. Those will shoot it down. Now they do need some support though. That's the only drawback, I think, is let's run over to the one by the water here. And so what you got to do when they fire, they use fertilizer. So you see I have 271,000 fertilizer. You got to keep them fertilized to keep them firing. There's options in here. You can also put them to sleep so they don't fire at all. I like mine to be set to just shoot wild creatures, and I change it usually to high. Now to keep them fertilized, I have a lot of these things around. As you can see, I'm building another tower over here, my highest one yet, with an elevator going up to it. That's going to have some plant species X on it as well. So any griffins coming in from over there will get shot down as well. So what I do is I make sure to have a couple of dung beetles walking around the yard, and I harvest the fertilizer from them, and my spare I keep in here. So mine take a lot of fertilizer because they're shooting things on a regular basis, but my yard is just totally, this is how I left it. One time I had my Bronto, a pegomastic snuck in here. I didn't want my Bronto thumping the yard all around all the time, shaking the house, so I had it on passive. Well, the pegomastics came online when I wasn't on and actually killed my Bronto. So now that's not happening. Bronto's nice and stays right where I leave him, generally all the time. I can put them on passive or neutral. But again, I don't like things running around my yard, messing it all up, getting in glumps where they're all stuck together. So it's one thing to be able to kill stuff, get in your yard, but it's another thing to keep things nice and neat, I think. And these plants really help with that. One other thing, if you have a couple of dung beetles running around, which I'd highly recommend, you're going to need to be able to give them plenty of poop, of course. And then there's this really cool Phiomia. Many of you know how these work, but when you need to feed your dung beetles, just come over here and make sure you got lots of stem berries. Feed them tons of stem berries like this. Yeah, he's letting loose. There we go. There's a pile of poop. So let's hit that, pick all that up. So that provides all of that for my dung beetles. I don't at the moment know. I let mine roam free because my yard is really tamed right now. I was having lots of dung beetles get killed at first. As you can see, again, I need to have some plant X's down here because this got all, but now I got to put this all back together again. The griffin, the tech or the Rex with the tech saddle, and my other Rex are all out of position and messed up. So there's an example of that. And I'll find my dung beetles. Your time is precious, so here's one. So I'll come over here, and of course we can clean out that, and we'll put this in there. And the only other thing about dung beetles, you probably are aware of this already, but make sure that they have access to spoiled meat, either through a feeder tray or put it in there. I like just putting it in there. Now, if your dung beetles, if they keep getting harassed or killed, I have easy access to places on Fjordur where I can get dung beetles, but if yours keep dying, you might want to build a little fenced area or even a little shed. Put those in at first until your yard becomes very peaceful, like this one. Again, in all these corners, if anything flies in on me, these plant X's will unleash on them. It'd be nice if I could show you an example right now, but nothing is coming in on me. And again, oh, here's the other one. So I'll need to fix that bottom corner there. But anyway, I highly recommend these plant species X's. Before I close, maybe I can just run out here and show you my platform with them. So I've got them. For decorative, I like X, Y, and Z. On Fjordur, they don't really do anything, at least important to me, except these X's right here. So they'll take out mantas, megalodons, whatever, anything that gets near this platform on this side. And then I've got, this used to be the edge of the platform when I only had one, so I had a few here. These are sleeping now. And we've got a row here, and we got a row here. So this surprisingly didn't prevent this. Evidently it came from the land side. I need some over there to prevent that mess. So anyway, as you can see, they look nice. Put them up high, and they really add to the safety of your yard. Anyway, Sneaksy out. Hopefully this is helpful to you. If it was, please consider giving me a like. It encourages making more videos, and you have a great day today.